when you think about being not only one of the longest member tenure of the Lakers, but just the journey you've taken in basketball? What does this feel like, this moment?
Yeah, this is everything. It's still sitting in. Like I'm half drunk right now from all the champagne, so I don't know how to act exactly. But man, just kid from Flint, Michigan. It's crazy. You know, almost didn't go to college. Wasn't supposed to get drafted, and you know, NBA champion. You know, it's unbelievable. It just makes it sweeter. You know, we've been playing basketball for a whole year straight.
We have some breaking news for you guys in regards to the Los Angeles Lakers in a move that I would have never thought in a billion years that we have ever seen or we ever will see, and something that has been unprecedented in NBA history. Now, before we get to the content, I just want to let you guys know that we're giving away a PlayStation 5 to somebody that subscribes and turns on our notifications on this channel, whether you're an old subscriber or a new subscriber. So long as you subscribe and turn on our notifications, you will enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5. If you want additional entries, just follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or subscribe to our drama channel, TheFlightMike TV. Now that we got all that out of the way, cue the intro. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Guys, I was wrong. I say it whenever I admit it. Whenever I'm wrong, I'm freaking wrong. And over here, I'm wrong. In a move that I would have never expected, when I said over and over again that the Los Angeles Lakers are definitely going to trade Kyle Kuzma because they can't afford to pay him what he is worth, and they can't afford to match whatever any team will offer him in restricted free agency, we saw something that I would have personally never expected. And I did my research on this one because I remember when I analyzed the KCP signing for you guys, well, I completely neglected the fact that we had his bird rights. But I feel like there's a ploy and a plan that's going down here with this transaction we just made with Kyle Kuzma, which kind of surprises me because a part of me also feels like maybe Kuzma may have made a mistake by signing this extension, believe it or not. So I'm going to give you multiple perspectives that you guys could see from the Lakers' perspective, from Kyle Kuzma's perspective, and from my own perspective, and I'm going to let you guys come to your own conclusion about whether or not this was a smart play for both parties. So let's start out by doing our man some justice and give you the official bomb from my man Waj, who said that the Los Angeles Lakers forward Kyle Kuzma has officially agreed to a 3-year, $40 million contract extension, including a player option on the 2023 to 2024 NBA season, sources tell ESPN. This player option on a non-max rookie extension is a first in the league, a creative wrinkle that allows Kyle Kuzma into unrestricted free agency in his prime at 28. Smart move and great benefit for Kuzma should he outperform this deal headed into the summer of 2023. So, guys, the very first thing you need to know is Kyle Kuzma has not been the same ever since the Lakers have acquired Anthony Davis. When you look at his basic statistics, he went from averaging 16 points per game and 6 rebounds per game in his rookie year off of 45% shooting. And then in his sophomore season, this was his best season, 2018 to 2019, the year before the Lakers acquired Anthony Davis, but the first year of the Lakers LeBron era, we saw him average 18.7 points per game, averaging 5.5 rebounds per game, and 46% shooting, but his three-point percentage dipped a little bit from 37% in his rookie season to 30% in the year after. Now, this past season, when the Lakers finally won an NBA championship and they went ahead and acquired Anthony Davis, Kyle Kuzma saw his numbers dip a little bit. He averaged 13 points per game, 4.5 total rebounds per game. His three-point percentage went up slightly, although he averaged 1.5 three-pointers less per game. And of course, he shot 44% from the field. So for the most part, obviously his minutes also dipped by 8 minutes per game as well. But of course, for the most part, the Lakers Lakers were completely different. Luke Walton was out as head coach. Frank Vogel was in as head coach. The Lakers played through LeBron James and Anthony Davis as opposed to LeBron James and Kyle Kuzma. And for the most part, we know the type of player Kyle Kuzma is. For his entire career, he's averaged about a 14.2 PER. This past season, he was a 12.2 PER. And his value over replacement player, for the most part, both offensively and defensively throughout his entire career, has always been negative. So why did the Lakers sign Kyle Kuzma to an extension? Well, I'm going to give you multiple parts about this. First, you need to know that Kyle Kuzma is really loved within the Lakers organization. He's been out to dinner with Jeannie Buss. He's already in LeBron James's good graces. And although he does do some interesting stuff off of the court, including his hair, he is very much loved as a person inside that locker room. So that could be a reason why the Lakers brought him back. There might be actual motivations besides the fact that people love Kyle Kuzma inside the locker room. I said that Kyle Kuzma was probably going to be a very good trade chip for the Los Angeles Lakers this season, and there's no way they were going to keep him and extend him because, well, of course, some team like the Knicks or some team with a ton of cap space was probably going to sign him to a huge offer sheet, and the Lakers were probably not going to be able to match that offer sheet, and as a result, the Lakers may have lost him for nothing. If you ask me, this deal could potentially be a bargain for the Lakers, but I feel like there's a longer term play here. You see, if the Lakers didn't extend Kyle Kuzma, his contract would be worth about $3.5 million for this season, and the salary cap would not work out with his contract and the average role player that you would try to get. Say if the Lakers wanted to get Derrick Rose, for example, Derrick Rose is being paid $7 million a year, and the Lakers would probably have to give up more just to acquire Derrick Rose, although I don't really think they're going to try to acquire Derrick Rose because they have Dennis Schroeder. So what's the play here? Well, I think Kyle Kuzma may have made a mistake here. I know it sounds weird to say, and I don't know what his stock is, but in terms of his ability to get some team to bite on his potential based off of how much points he averaged in the past, I feel like he may have made a mistake signing this extension. Obviously, it's the safer play because for all you know, he could enter free agency this year, and his value could have diminished since this past year. So obviously opting for security and signing the 3-year $40 million contract could be a good play in that sense. At the end of the day, I feel like Kyle Kuzma really cares about being in Los Angeles. If you go and you look at his Instagram and you see the lifestyle that this man leads, it's pretty clear that he loves what's going on in LA. He loves being in LA, and he loves what comes with being associated with the Los Angeles Laker brand. And the fact that he was here during the time that the Lakers were rebuilding may have displayed some sort of loyalty to the franchise, even though they were going through some tough times, by consistently keeping in touch with Jeannie Buss and buying into whatever they were trying to pursue during that time that they were rebuilding, even in the tumultuous first year of LeBron James. So to give you my honest opinion on this entire situation, I am very confused. I originally thought that the Lakers were just going to trade him before they extended him. I do think this is a slight overpay for his services. I am trying to figure out why this extension does make sense, but at the end of the day, you're talking about a player that analytically is in the negatives, only plays about 25 minutes per game, did provide valuable minutes in the playoffs, but to be honest, I felt like that could have been replaceable by a player that is a stretch big man that you could possibly get for cheap, someone that's like 33 or 34 years old. Hell, I feel like you could have easily went out and signed Carmelo Anthony to the veteran minimum this offseason, and he could have essentially provided you what Kyle Kuzma was providing you this past season. And that's not to hate on him. I'm just saying, according to what he provided the Lakers ever since the AD era has begun, statistically, it just doesn't make sense to bring him along. You see, he only had 2 win shares this past year as well, and that's literally half of what he had in his rookie season. I don't mean to come off as a hater. I'm just trying to make logical sense out of this move. Nevertheless, I'm always happy to see a player get the bag. I'm happy that the Lakers are trying to keep their locker room as intact as possible. I could see us trying to potentially trade him. I could see us trying to keep him. Regardless, I want to congratulate Kyle Kuzma on the extension, and I hope that he continues to blossom into a fantastic player. He's only 24 years old, but I can't help but feel like there's something going on here as well. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this move. Aside from that, I'm your boy, TheFlightMike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.